Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, our founding fathers would roll over in their graves if they knew exactly what the Democrats have started for 2019. And that is, they're already on day one of coming back to Congress there. They're already filing for the articles of impeachment. In addition, they started harassing the president. And finally, they're attempting to get rid of the Electoral College, as well as the ability of the president to pardon himself or his family members. Definitely some major stuff going on. Now, before I get into that, I want to give a real quick shout out to my partner at TrumpCoin2020.com. Trump is attempting to help America and make America great again. And this is one way you can remember what he's doing for this country. So check this out. This is at TrumpCoin2020. Right now, you can get free shipping on 3 or more coins, but it's 0.999% silver, and it's got all his accomplishments on the back. But you can check that out in the description box below. All right, so back to the broadcast. So, as you know, Democrats have started this year off with a bang by, first of all, harassing the President of the United States and calling him a Nazi. Check out this report. This is on NBC.com. Democrat Representative Hank Johnson compares Trump to Hitler in an NAACP speech. The truth is, they've been calling Trump Hitler for the past couple of years now, and they plan on continuing to do so, as you've seen with Hank Johnson. But the real truth is, the Democrats are closer to Hitlerian views than Trump ever is. Trump is so far from anything having to do with Hitler, but the problem with the Democratic Party is they always pin their crimes on their enemy, and this is exactly what they're doing with Trump. But you see, it didn't stop with Hank Johnson. Our first Muslim Congresswoman also had some pretty vulgar words to say about President Trump. Check out this report on Infowars.com, and it's titled, First Muslim Congresswoman Rashid Tlaib, We're Going to Impeach the Mother Effer. I can't even utter the words online, but she says in vulgar terms, we're going to impeach you, mother effer. And that is a direct threat to the President of the United States. But you know what I found interesting? I went to get the clip off of the internet, and lo and behold, as far as I can tell, I couldn't find it. Maybe you can, but it has been scrubbed. This is the page and link that I got on the screen. You can see, oops, sorry, we can't find that. Well, I guess you said something wrong there. Maybe she should issue an apology for that. But to use that kind of vulgarity, it is encouraging their Democratic counterparts to use the same against Trump supporters. So the ultimate agenda here is let's cause a lot of chaos. Let's call him Hitler, call him racist, call him bigot, do what Rashid is doing, and we're going to impeach the mother effer. So what these congressmen people are doing, in a sense, is encouraging violence against Trump and his supporters, and they're continuing on in 2019 with doing that. And in addition to that, as I stated before, they've also filed articles of impeachment. Check out this report. This first one is FoxNews.com. Democrats introducing impeachment measure against Trump on the first day of the new Congress. AJC.com. 6 Democrats file articles of impeachment against Trump. Now, they claim that the reason they are doing this is because, and I quote, the president obstructed justice and undermined the freedom of the press. Wait. Actually, he did no such thing with undermining or obstructing justice of any sort. They're just pulling stuff out of thin air. I did a report earlier in which I showed that they've got 17 different investigations on the president. That is a desperate attempt to oust him from office. It's obvious. And you're going to look into somebody that much, obviously you're going to find something. That's exactly what they are attempting to do with Trump. And the 6 people who are filing for the articles of impeachment, their leader, remember, Stephen Cohen is a leader of the one that's pushing this. He is a Democrat from Tennessee, because I'm going to share his name again in a moment, but he's the start of it. Also joining him is Luis Gutierrez from Illinois, Al Green from Texas, Marcia Fudge from Ohio, Adriano from New York, and John Yarmuth from Kentucky. They are all doing that to make sure President Trump doesn't get elected again. So they're going back with the articles of impeachment. But you know what? Not only are they harassing the president and filing the articles of impeachment, but now They're making sure that someone like Trump, or even a Republican for that matter, is never elected again, because that same Stephen Cohen, the Democrat there from Tennessee, is now passing a bill or attempting to push one through that eliminates not only our electoral college, but also eliminates the ability of the president to pardon himself or his family members. Coinkadink? I don't think so. Check out this report. DailyWire.com, breaking: Democrats introduce bill to eliminate the Electoral College. It goes on, Representative Steve Cohen, the Democrat from Tennessee, same one who's introducing the articles of impeachment, introduced two bills on Thursday. One to eliminate the Electoral College and the other to prohibit presidents from pardoning themselves or their family members. Let's start first with the problems that I see with the ability of the president to pardon himself or his family members. Okay, for starters, I don't think they should have the ability to pardon themselves or their family members if there has been some crime committed. However, if we take into consideration the massive amount of blackmail that happens at the congressional level, the Senate level, the deep state level, then I might think twice about that. But here's the problem that I have with it altogether is, number one, they want to start this under President Trump. When I consider the 17 different investigations that they're doing on him and the fact that they're attempting to get him out of office, they're only doing this to remove Trump from presidency. Once, mark my words, once Trump is out, and Pence is out, and once they get their Democrat back in office, they will reinstate that law 100%. This is not something that will be eliminated and will be gone forever. They will push it under Trump and remove it from presidents going forward. So I am highly against that for that reason and that reason alone, because they've done it 100 times over and they will do it again. Let's go on with problems of removing the Electoral College. Now, the Electoral College is something that our founding fathers put in place because they feared how some states would have more of a voice than other states. So in order to prevent that, they made 270 votes. That's what you need in the Electoral College to win. Basically, their main grounds for election versus the popular vote, which they now call the National Popular Vote. Again, our founding fathers were against this because they knew it would give more states power over others. And mark my words, if this were allowed, Democrats would win and be guaranteed a majority of the elections. Why? Because they pretty much have control over the major cities. Imagine New York having quadruple the amount of say as, say, North Dakota or South Dakota or some of the smaller states, or California, because they have massive amounts of people. This is a way to keep it even between the states. And so one state doesn't have more power over the other, but it somewhat evens them out, even though they've changed the districts since our founding fathers created it. I wish we'd go back to their original full setup. But there is a reason that the Democrat Senator Stephen Cohen is filing for articles of impeachment. And then at the same time, he wants to do away, the same guy, with the Electoral College and the fact that the president can pardon himself or his family members. There is absolutely 100% of an agenda going on. And the ultimate end game, they will win every election from here on out. It needs to stop. We need to start waking up that sleeping half. And I guarantee you, if our founding fathers were awake today, they would flip over in their graves. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns on that. Please leave them below and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe here also to my backup channel. I've got additional content on my secondary channel. You can find a link for it below. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.